And today I'm going to show you how to make this gorgeous rainbow cake topper with my rainbow alphabet. You can get the full rainbow alphabet and number set from my site for free. I will drop the link, and the cloud, sunshine and rainbow you can get from my shop. I'll drop the link from those also. So once you've downloaded them, you need to upload them to Cricut Design Space. So I've chosen number 5, and then I'm going to add a rainbow. I'm going to go back in and grab a sunshine and a cloud. To upload files, go down to the left hand side on the bottom of Design Space and click upload, and then you're going to upload your file. So find it, there's my cloud, accept, and then you want the flat graphic. So I've created the 3D cloud and I've created a sunshine as well. And as I say, they're in the shop. I think they're £1, or £1.50, they're not very much. And the alphabet is completely free. So if you want to add the extra elements, then there's an option for you to add those. So what we're going to do is we're going to create some offsets to make this into a cake topper. So I've got these elements and they're going to be great for adding some texture to the whole project. So first of all, I'm just going to reduce the size of the cake topper, and then I'm going to add my first offset. So this offset has come through as a print and cut because I'm offsetting a print and cut layer. So I'm just going to click onto it and change that to a cut image, and then you can choose your colour. Now you don't have to choose your colours. I'm just going to remove the contours off the middle. I might put those back in after, but you don't have to choose your colours now. It just, for me, it helps to get a visual idea. So I'm going to look at a red there, and that just doesn't work. I can go back in and just keep changing the colours until I'm happy. And still, when I'm cutting, I might change them at the last minute. Look at it with the white. I think it needs to be maybe the white. The rainbow is going to just go over the top. So I'm just going to size that exactly and then put it to one side. So when I print and cut that, that's the same. And that's just going to be to add texture to my project. And what I'm going to do, I'm adding an offset there, but I'm going to actually get rid of this because I think this is a stage where I'm going to introduce my sunshine. And what I do there is I'll put it where I want it to go. Then I'll select the lot and create another offset. So that then incorporates my sunshine into the project. And there you go. So that has come through as a cut object. So I can just go in and choose a colour. And again, this is, I really do procrastinate with colours, but you can change it all at the last minute too. It's not the end of the world if you do change it. And then I'm going to add my cloud. So I'm going to put the cloud in, pop it maybe there under my sunshine, but a bit off to the side. You want it overlapping and sticking out a bit so that when you create your offset, it's creating yet another dimension, because then it all starts to work in together. So that's the last offset layer there. That I'm going to just make that blue, and I'm going to go back to the white layer because I'm just not happy with that. I'm going to remove the contour out of the middle of that layer. So if I can just click on that, or find it down the side and click on it, and I'm going to remove that because you can see the blue coming through. Then I think as you build your cake topper, you start to see a picture building, so that it gives you a bit more of a creative idea that you can add stuff and take it away and change colours. And I just think you build it in your mind how you want it to look. But for me, as I go, I change stuff. I'm going to save this. I'm just going to save it as something quick because it doesn't matter. I'm probably not going to use this again. And send it to cut. Now I've also cut a few of the letters out as well. You can see there the A, B and C. Just that's for the blog post, so that's irrelevant. And I'm going to send this to print and cut, and there are my rainbows, and there we've got all of the different layers. So they're going to be cut, and these are going to be print and cut. Now what I like to do is cut my print and cut layers first. Send your project to print and cut. So what I'm going to do is use the system dialog. I'll take the bleed off because I don't like it. If your box doesn't pop up, then reduce down Design Space and it's behind, and then you can choose best quality, because I don't feel it always comes out at the best quality in Cricut Design Space. and then you click go, and here we are, it is printing out. So this is our number 5, and I just love print and cut cake toppers. I think they're just it just creates such a great result. So I'm going to put that onto my mat. So I'm using a green mat, and this is quite an old mat, so I'm going to use a brayer. But when they're newer, the green mats, they're super sticky, so you just have to be careful weeding, but they do last a lot longer than blue. I'll get it all printed and cut, and then everything's cut out and ready to build. And here we are. So we're going to start building from the top layer down, and I use sticky pads to build it, and I do that just so that I've got a bit of texture between the layers rather than it all being stuck flat together. I like it to be built up a bit. So I use the larger sticky pads, and then I just use scissors to cut them down to get the right size I want, because you want to use plenty, but I find the tiny ones are really fiddly. So once I've popped them on the back of my layer, I'm just going to use my hook to remove the sticky pads, and that will be ready then to pop over and put onto the first card layer. So I've used glitter cardstock for this. If you follow me, you'll know that I just love glitter cardstock. So there's glitter in every project I use, but also because it's quite sturdy, it's a thicker card. So I've got that on there ready, and now it's time for my next layer. So if I get all these in order, I like to have everything organised so that I don't get confused, which isn't always that difficult. This layer is going to go onto my blue. So again, I'm just going to repeat the same, cut the sticky pads, and then pop them onto the back of this layer. I'm going to fast forward this a bit now because you don't want to just watch me slowly building a cake topper. You get the picture. So stickers to the back of that, and then I'm going to build it onto that blue layer. Now you can see there that I've got my sunshine, so that we're now going to add into the cake topper. So just get one of the double-sided stickers on there, use your hook to get the back off, and then you can pop that in there so that that fits. And now we're going to do the next layer. And I just love adding elements with every layer, because I just feel that rather than just do it all in one layer and then just add loads on top, it just adds a bit of difference to it, and it just makes it look a bit more unique. I will note here that if you noticed earlier, I had 2 blue layers, and I changed that to a red before I cut it. I just got to make sure I get that the right way round. And I'm just loving all of these 3D elements at the moment. It's just something that I've discovered I can do and draw and make things 3D, and I've got so many ideas. So keep checking back if you like 3D elements, because there will be loads. So I'll pop that in there. And we've just got a little cloud popping out behind. So it's just sticking down. You've just got to wrestle them in a bit with these back layers. And I'm going to pop the sun out the front, so the sun is coming out above the clouds. So now we're going to put the rainbow on top. And again, just sticky pads. And you don't have to do this, you don't have to add the extra elements, but I find putting the rainbow on top just makes it a bit more detailed. And pop that on there. And there you go. A layered 3D cake topper. So all we're going to do now is pop it over to the back and use a straw. So I use the Cosmic Shimmer Glue, and I get that from Amazon, and it dries really well. So I just pop my straw on there and allow it to dry, and it dries really quickly, and there you go, a 3D layered cake topper.